You have lots of trees like our house.
We have areas where there's big forests and we call it bush.
Bush. We call this jungle.
Jungle, yes, similar.
Yeah.
Mark
Yes,
is going.
we go.
We go to the fish.
Fish, go fishing.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Very dirty.
Not too dirty, little worms.
Looks like a snake.
Little snakes.
Little snakes.
Mark
Yes.
is going the other side.
We go the other side?
Yes.
Okay.
We have no washing machine. So we wash our clothes there. We call this dab.
Dab.
This is very tasty.
Water lily.
Yeah.
So you eat just the inside, this bit?
Yes.
How is it?
How is it?
It's nice.
Yes.
It doesn't taste of much.
Let me explain one word. What is the taste? That.
Tasteless.
So,
It's not much taste, small taste.
yeah.
And do you make other things from it?
Yeah, popcorn.
The popcorn?
I call it.
Make flour or?
No.
Mark,
Yeah,
very tasty.
it is tasty.
Tasty.
Right now?
Is my brother, my older brother, is working for কি কাজ করে?
Farm.
Farm না,
He's,
is working
yes,
from garage.
Oh,
Yes.
garage?
Garage.
Garage is welder. Is married.
Yep. Children?
No.
No children. His wife is pregnant and is
You-
8-9 months.
Yep.
His wife
Nearly. So nearly ready.
Yes.
Do you know? Do you think boy? Does he think boy or girl?
মিউজিক একটা শোনাতে হতো
কি তুমি কি আশা করো যে পুলানা মায়া?
Hey.
Boy.
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 You want boy?
Yes.
You want boy?
The son.
You want to play?
Yes. Yeah.
You start the point.
And what's the aim
And
in that box?
সাইকেলটাকে ভাই
So
you say
আরে
that it's like
সাইকেলের ভিতর তাবু সব আছে
So I'm having a lazy morning in the village, getting to know what people get up to during the day. Had one friend just climb a tree to collect a whole bunch of leaves, and I forgot, what is it used for again?
to eat got.
Each got with,
Got.
yeah,
This is Bengali language.
yep,
We call this
sagol,
sagol.
sagol. And what is the name of these trees?
Mahogany.
Mahogany.
We call it mahogany.
Mahogany, yeah.
Mahogany.
And you harvest for building, the wood for building.
We leave this for wood,
Yep,
and we use that many kinds of work, like shelter,
yes,
furniture,
yep, yeah,
kinds of work.
yep. So we're in a bit of a plantation for mahogany trees, which
And this is also our cricket piece.
also the cricket pitch. So this area, every bit of space is used for growing food or growing trees. So the cricket pitch is amongst these trees, which must be difficult playing cricket. Because,
But we play nicely there.
yeah, but if it bounces off a tree and you catch it, is it
He's
out? Out?
He's out.
Yeah.
We'll make it for later.
So I'm just learning about another thing going on in the village, and that's making fuel for fire, for cooking food. I've seen the sticks, didn't know they were covered in cow poo before, but now I've learnt. And
We call this mashal.
mashal,
Yeah, it is very necessary for us.
yep,
to prepare the food.
And if it's in the dry season, you don't use?
Use something, but actually we use so much when the rainy season come.
Yeah, okay.
But dry season come when we use leaves, dry leaves
yeah.
and straw.
So in the wet season it's too wet
Hi.
to burn,
Yeah.
so you need something else. Yeah. My legs? I can't. You're very nice, I love it. My legs are stuck. I'm not flexible.
Hey,
I'm full. I'm full. Thank you. No, thank you. So much food last night. This morning already. Feed me so much. For the first time on my trip, I've just had a goodbye that's really hurt. I've just arrived in Bangladesh yesterday, and after a hard time getting over the border into the country, I'd only been riding for a couple of hours until a nice guy started chatting to me on the main road, and in the end he invited me back to his village to stay, and I've just left. So I've spent more than 24 hours there, and the welcome that I received from them, and just everything about the people and the life is just absolutely incredible. There is absolutely no way that anything like what has happened to me in the last 24 hours could happen at home in Australia or many other Western countries, I presume. It's just, there's so much we can learn from other cultures, especially the Bangladeshi culture, the Bengali culture that I've just started getting to know without knowing who I was or even how I ended up in the village. Everyone there welcomed me as if I was a long lost friend, and I was given a bed to sleep on, given vast amounts of food, which I'm just struggling to digest, and just shown around the village, and the lifestyle that these people have is the most idyllic lifestyle that I've actually ever seen, and the way they were living is just the way that I'd love to live, and I didn't want to. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to leave, because if it's the life that I want, all self-subsistent pretty much. So it's about 10 o'clock at night now, and I've found myself a cheap hotel to spend my second night in Bangladesh, so I can finally relax away from the busy roads and reflect without distraction on the incredible time that I've already had in the country. The trouble that I had at the border was that they didn't seem to want to let me into the country. They were looking for every little excuse to not let me in. My passport got passed around the whole immigration centre for about an hour, working its way up the chain until I had a meeting with the superintendent of the whole place, the big boss, and even he had to call his higher ups somewhere else in Bangladesh and talk about the fact that there was this random guy on a bicycle at the border that wanted to come in. But I managed to talk my way into the country and started riding, and that was when I met the lovely guy that took me into his home in his village, and just the most warmest, amazing welcome that I've ever received in a country so far, and I think it's going to be hard to beat from here on in. And, it's certainly one place, Bangladesh, and in particular the village and the family, it's one place that I'm definitely determined to come back and visit one day. But my life and my cycle journey has to continue, so after a sad farewell today, I've continued riding north, and we'll do that again tomorrow and see what other adventures await in Bangladesh. Spent the last couple of days experiencing more lovely hospitality from the Bengali people. Right now I'm in another little village. I've been invited in for lunch. It's a bit of a weird situation because I was being followed by a couple of policemen at the time, and they're watching every move at the moment and haven't been able to explain themselves for lack of English and my lack of Bengal language, but hopefully they get bored and leave. If not, I guess they'll just follow me the rest of the day. But at the moment I'm being cooked some food, which is absolutely lovely, and there's some football on TV and lots of spectators around.
Outside. Don't follow outside.
No. I need to eat faster. And all of a sudden the police want me to I've bumped my head way too many times. I'm going to talk into camera. I always get embarrassed though. The police ended up following me into the outskirts of a town called Kushtia, where I tried to find a hotel, but I couldn't because there was a big 3-day festival going on called Lalun, so it was difficult to find a hotel room that was cheap, so I ended up making the decision to ride into the night, and I ended up making it to a small town called Beramara, and that was where I met Shumun, who's welcomed me into his home, and I've spent last night with his family, and I'm also going to be sleeping there tonight, and had an amazing day today exploring the local area of East Beramara, which has been incredible fun.
ভালো করে বাঁধতে হচ্ছে no that's it that's there weak point is I ready the weak point yes
আমি যেটা দেব সেটা দিলে তোর পছন্দ হবে
like
নিজে খেলা বলে টাকা দিয়ে কিনে খাওগা
If you want to just to slow down, do you use foot and handbrake together?
yes it should be better
Together,
yes. And this is called gear change. First gear is very powerful for wheeling, and second gear is running, third gear is more running, and fourth gear is more, and fifth gear is more and more, like 100 speed, 120. So bike start. Not afraid. It's bicycling, balancing with the bicycle. Just imagine that bicycle.
Ready?
Ready. Last. Okay. Good. Oh, good.
Unfortunately, today's coming to an end in beautiful style, and tomorrow I'll hit the road again and keep heading north and see what other adventures can be found. I'm both relieved and sad to say that my time in Bangladesh is coming to an end. I'm relieved because on the one hand, I'm hopefully will get some more time for myself. You can see, for example, the second I stop anywhere, a crowd starts to form, and that happens anytime I want to pee, eat, rest. If I'm in a public place, even if I'm in a hotel room, I've been hassled by people wanting selfies and that sort of thing. So it is very exhausting in that sense, and I'll be glad to be moving on to new places. But I'll also be sad because it has been one of the greatest places I've cycled through so far because of the generosity and friendliness of the people that I've met. I've spent a lot of nights here being hosted by families that I've met on the road. I've spent the least amount of money that I've ever spent in a country, about $5 Australian a day while I've been here, partly because of the generosity of people and partly just because it's an incredibly cheap country to travel through. But it's the people that I'm really going to miss and think about more and more, I think, as I continue through other places, and it's definitely going to be one of the places that I'm keen to return to. But then again, I keep saying that about every country, every new country that I visit. It's just an incredibly wonderful world that we live in, and I think every place is special in its own way. That's what I'm finding so far, and I can't wait to see what's special down this road, which leads to the border about 5 kilometres away. So I'm moving on and entering a new part of India.